Well, good evening, everyone. My name is Sharon Rankin, and I am just so delighted to welcome you to our Mission Possible Monday night team call. I am a 35-year veteran of the Juice Plus community. I'll just give you the long story short. Long story short, be a stay-at-home mom. Now I consider myself a very blessed and rich gadabout grandmother. And it just gets better and better. I get really ramped up when I think I'm going to get to travel somewhere, and we got a lot of travel going on the rest of this year. So excited to be a part of this mission and continuing to shine the light for health and hope. And tonight we have a call that we acknowledge is made for more. It's where we celebrate and congratulate. And I just want to congratulate all of you for being here, because your choice to be here says so much about the mission, about your commitment to what we're doing to shine the light for health and hope. Each week when we come together as a team, our purpose is to keep our focus on our mission, the greater mission, which is inspiring healthy living around the world. And we do that in so many different ways. Our own team, the Mission Possible team, has a mission that we are a growing team of inspired individuals and ambassadors for change, dedicated to creating a healthier, more prosperous life for as many as possible right now in our world and in future generations. When you think about touching future generations, I hope it inspires us all. So tonight I am going to pass the baton over to our co-hosts, two phenomenal young women, rising stars on our team, Senior Sales Coordinator Jessica Isom and Paula Fontanelle. I'm not sure which one's taking the baton first. Looks like Paula is. So welcome, Paula and Jessica. Thanks for co-hosting tonight.
Yay. Well, thank you so much, Sharon. And yes, it's exciting to be hosting the call with Jessica tonight. You guys, we have so many amazing celebrations and recognitions to give tonight that I'm just going to give an abbreviated story because we want to get into this. I'm a senior sales coordinator in Columbia, Missouri, been on Juice Plus. It's been in my life for 15 years, both the product and the business, and it's helped my health in tremendous ways. I love being part of this mission, and I'm even especially excited because I got 2 new orders today, so yoo-hoo for that. Again, we have a great call. I'm going to turn it over to Jessica, who's going to share her story and then get started with some of the recognitions. Jessica.
Thank you, Paula. Just a brief story and background. I live in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, and I've been on the Juice Plus product for 9 years, and my husband and I decided to join the business at the same time. However, I was very reluctant and didn't want anything to do with it until I had my 6th child, and then slowly my life, I started, who is tapping me on my head right now? But I slowly started to want more out of life. And as a teacher, I just felt kind of confided in my own little classroom. And I wanted more time with my boys. I wanted more time for personal growth and just time to build relationships. And I was not going to be able to have that in the classroom. So I really dug that. That was when I dug deep into the Juice Plus culture and the community. And I saw a lot of growth within myself and my team and customers. So now I get to decide on my own time when I want to be in the classroom. I get to sub when I choose. And the other days I get to be home and I get to be a mama. So I love the choices that I get to have now. So that's enough of our story. We're excited now. I love that we get to take time every month and set aside a time to recognize accomplishments and achievements, because I really feel like that increases positive emotions and happiness, and it encourages others that we can be successful as well. So we're going to start with those women who have accomplished the 5-1 incentive back in September. So BJ, if you are on the call, we're going to start with you. She's got a team member she wants to recognize.
Thank you, Jessica. This is BJ. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, a national marketing director, and I have the honor and privilege of recognizing Senior Sales Coordinator Carol Baston from DuQuoin. She achieved the 5-1. And I'm just so excited that our company is rewarding those 5-1s with a $100 gift this month. And as our leadership team, she's also going to be receiving an additional $100 just for achieving that. So I'm really excited to be able to honor her. Carol, are you on the call?
I am. Thank you.
Share everybody with how you achieved that this month.
Well, when you asked me to share that, and I was thinking, so my distributor that I got, I looked in my existing customers and those raving fans. And actually, she called me and was needing more product. And I've been talking to her for quite some time. And it just happened this time. I kept asking and asking. So I guess being persistent. And then 3 of the 5 customers came from my BNI networking group. So that is another way to, just get yourself out there. But I was more persistent this month, right up until the last 3 hours that was left on that last day. And thank you for the Voxer message that said, you have until midnight. So I kept calling and contacting, and it wasn't that she didn't want it. There was a lot happened. And so she actually went online from my website and placed the order before midnight. So it just all happened. And the other one was from a customer from a family reunion, a cousin that I met, hadn't seen in years. But it actually didn't want to go to this family, but I went, and she saw my Juice Plus sign on the back of my car and said, I need that. We used to be on it years ago, and I want to get back on it. So her and her husband both got back on Juice Plus. So that's kind of how this month happened. It was just being persistent, I guess.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing. Back to you, Jessica.
Thank you. I love that persistence. Persistence is key, and it always pays off in the end. So now we're going to go ahead and turn it over to my wonderful mother-in-law, Ann Isom.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jessica. Well, I'm super excited that I made the 5-1, and mine was like Carol, down to the last minute. So you never give up. You just never give up. I'm just excited that the company came back with this 5-1 and is offering an incentive to do this, because I did this several years ago and it was kind of my plan. And then I kind of got off track of doing that. And so that $100 bonus incentive was like, okay, this is the perfect time to get back on this plan. And I do think this is the perfect plan to help grow. I'm going to say Teamzy has helped me play a big part in making this happen. It brings up people that I honestly forget about, that I had really talked to. And I just think that's a wonderful plan. So if you're not doing that, I'm going to encourage you to do that, because it's helped me so much. We've been having monthly events, and we've been having potlucks. We've had 3, and 2 of my orders came from people that had come to 2 of the potlucks. And I think it was just, the community of people, and they saw that we were having fun and doing something exciting. And so that's where 2 of my orders came from. And then 2 of my orders came from previous customers. And one of them I had reached out to, and the other one reached out to me. And so luckily 2 years had passed since those 2 people had gotten on. And then the other one was just a new person I had been sharing with. So it just happened. But I will say that I was reaching out to about 5 or 6 people every day, and new people, and following up, and just being very persistent. So I'm going to say consistency, desire, determination, totally being focused and reaching out to those people every day has brought me the success of the 5-1. And my rep was a girl that is reminding me of myself. She just had a mastectomy last Thursday. I had lunch with her. She's a new friend. And we started talking about food, and I shared Juice Plus with her. And she said, well, I need this. My mom needs this. And I said, then I shared the business with her. So she did sign up as a rep, kind of like me, not really full force into the business. She's got to heal, she's got to recover, but I do think she's going to be a good rep. She already loves her Juice Plus and is very happy it came into her life. And just as far as the not giving up part, I was on my last day. It was September the 30th. I had 4 customers. Work's crazy for me on Monday. I was determined I was going to get that by 5 o'clock. I didn't know how. Well, I was just following up with people, and it was crazy. And then I got the message that it was going to be midnight. And I was like, whew, I'm going to at least have midnight to get this done, because somebody's going to place an order. I don't know who it's going to be, but I'm this close, and I'm going to make this happen. Well, a friend I had shared the Omegas with called me at 1 o'clock that afternoon and said, I just placed an order for the Omegas on your website, and I wanted to pay for it in full, and it wouldn't let me. Well, I couldn't contain myself. I was so excited. I was like, I'll fix that for you. She's probably thinking the Omegas are going to do something really, really good for her, because I was the most excited person when she called me and told me she'd placed that order. So don't give up. Make it happen. So now I'm working really hard to make it happen for October. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. I love that. Makes me think of the quote, don't give up, don't ever give up. And reaching back to those past customers, that's a big key. And I've been trying to do that this month too. And having those relationships already established is going to help you be able to reach back to those customers. So we are going to move on over to Beth Lammers. If you will unmute yourself and share your 5-1 journey.
Happy to. Thanks for asking me. It's funny because when I saw the 5-1 information, I didn't think it was for me. I just didn't think about it really thinking it was for me. I don't know. I just didn't. I thought, this is great. I hope people do it on my team. But I've always had no problem getting customers. It's been a gift that I've had. But this summer was the biggest drought I think I've had in quite a while, where I maybe got a customer there. But it's amazing. And of course, I give God the glory how this all worked out. But it's amazing what happened, that the very beginning of the month, someone became a customer. I just met her. She wanted to be a customer, wanted to be a distributor, or a rep or a partner to offset the cost. That was amazing. I thought, well, this is interesting. And I taught her a little bit. She said she'd sign me up. So she did that. And a former customer 10 years ago, we met and visited with them in Wisconsin and gave him a little bit of sample. He called me on the 12th of September, said, I want to go ahead and start. So things started happening, but I still wasn't really thinking the 5-1. I was just thinking, oh, this is awesome. I'm just so excited. I'm going to pray for these people. This is so exciting. And then Joan Wilkerson and I shared a booth at a holistic health fair. I think the total attendance was 20 for the whole weekend. But I had some little yellow cards, that I do with my little follow-up. And what happened to me as the month ended up getting closer to the end, when I had this vision, this could happen, everything changed in my mind with my follow-up. So my follow-up normally is immediate, great to meet you. It was all very text. If they say text, I said, when can I text me? Great to meet you, all that normal. Here's my website, etc. No response from anybody. Then the next follow-up was the same thing with a little bit more information. You said you're interested. Are you still interested? No response. The third one was the real interesting one. You said you don't get enough fruits and vegetables in your diet. Juice Plus made sense to you. Can I give you a call tonight? Immediate response. Call me tomorrow morning. It'd be perfect. I said 8 o'clock. Yes. He ordered the next day. You said you wanted a Juice Plus rep locally for your daughter for Juice Plus chewables. I'm local. I do excellent customer care. I'd love to take care of you. It takes 2 minutes to order. Can I call you tonight? No, but I'm going to call you. And that's still in the work. But the other one was, you said you're ready to order. It was just so different in my approach. It was much more direct and much more, specific and very direct. And just, I knew I wanted this. And so it was just an amazing thing to have my verbiage, was always enthusiastic in my texting, but can I call you tonight? How about if I give you a call right now? It just takes 2 minutes. Can I give you a call? And the immediate response was, no, I'll call you, or let me call you tomorrow morning. I put my phone, then I call you tomorrow morning. I sent her an email. Here's my phone number. I'm ready right now. And she called me right away. So it was just a beautiful thing watching it all unfold. And it was literally just this beautiful follow-up. And just by chance, I had this wonderful opportunity to follow up people I had met. And one day, one gal that ordered on the 27th, she'd been talking about it for 2 months, but my persistence, all of a sudden, my change, that's like Ann said, my change was right in there. So it was delightful. It was a feeling, and I had that carrot, by the end of September, I can do this. I can do this. Is this carrot hanging? And money does not totally motivate me too much, but I tell you what, I thought it would be fun to do that, just to say I did it and I can help other people do it as well. So it was a great feeling. So.
Thank you, Beth. And I love how you talked about changing your mindset on the follow-up. I love that, and how because I feel like sometimes we try to tiptoe around our follow-ups instead of taking that direct approach, but it paid off. So thank you for sharing those tips.
You're welcome.
All right, and lastly, we're going to go over to Cheryl Shapetto, who's going to share her 5-1 journey, and I believe she also has a new team member to introduce us to.
Thanks, Jessica. Yes, I was able to complete the 5-1. I was pretty excited about it. And I had a few customers at the beginning of the month, and I wasn't really thinking, just like Beth, I wasn't really thinking that the 5-1 was for me. I don't know if I'll be able to do that, but it was something like Ann was talking about. I used to do it way back. That was my goal every month, to hit 5 customers and have a new representative or partner join my team. So, and I had gotten away from it. So I too have been part of the Teamsy Bootcamp, and within the Teamsy Bootcamp, we do a lot of follow-up, and you get points, just like any of you I don't have an Apple Watch, but my husband does. And he said, oh, my circles are complete. So some of you might know what I'm talking about, but so they have circles for your prospects, circles for your customers, and circles for your distributors. So whatever number you set for the day, you're completing that circle. And so that made it very visual. It made it very real that you had to talk with people. And so as you're trying to hit the 5-1, you're intentionally, okay, I need to talk to this person. So I did the same thing that Ann did, and I went back to customers that were raving fan customers, because I wasn't sure who was going to be my representative for the month, who was going to actually join our team. I had some prospects that were kind of loose ends, like we all have, that maybe they needed more education, or maybe they just needed to be asked, are you ready to get started? And just like Beth was saying, you just need to be more forward with it. And when you're intentional about it, are you ready to get started? No, I'm not ready to, I've had a couple, no, I'm not ready to get started till November. Okay. So they're going to be part of my 5-1 in November. That's great. So then I will share with you, I had a customer come on early in the month, an old high school buddy, and she ordered quite a large order. And by the end of the month, she decided to become a representative. So the really cool thing was she counted as a customer and a representative as part of that 5-1. And so that worked out. So she was the one, but she was also one of the 5. And so that was super exciting. And I'm sure I'll be introducing her next month to hit her HLP. So I just, for the next month, setting the example for my team, I'm trying to do that. And I have prospects for the future. And I want to introduce to you a gentleman named Evan Meek. And my husband had some projects to do around the property, and he was asking for assistance. and he got a really good referral from a guy on this call right here who decided to join our mission, and his name is Evan. And so I just wanted to introduce Evan, and Evan just recently got started on his product, and he's 21, I think, 21, 22. Evan, you can tell us. So, and Evan, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you're excited about?
Hello, guys. I'm 20, actually.
Oh, 20. Okay.
Yeah. What really got me excited is seeing somebody else benefit from the product. So taking the Juice Plus pills plus the complete, I know Cheryl gave me a sample of them and also gave me the complete shakes. So it was a matter of, okay, it was taking into account the return on investment from the product, but also the COI, which is the cost of inaction. What if I don't take the product? You know what I mean? Then I'm not benefiting from the good benefits that I see in her. So what I'm excited about is the fact that I can enjoy good health from these products, and I can already see it within a week. I'm having extreme more amounts of energy. So before I started taking the product, I was getting tired around like noon or 1 o'clock. I would take a nap for an hour. But now that I see I'm having energy throughout the whole day, taking, I use Cheryl's method. I take complete in the morning and put some spinach in it, and I'm good to go for the day. And I love the product. Yeah, for sure. And also I have my brother that bought Trio too. So it was just a matter of, it wasn't selling him on the product. It was just a matter of him seeing me take it, me having the benefit from the product. And action sells, not talking to people, action sells. So when people see you benefiting from the product, like I saw Cheryl benefiting from the product, it got me excited and wanted me to purchase the product, right? So it was the cost of inaction that got me started.
Thank you. Thanks, Evan. Thanks for coming on. All right. Thanks, Jessica.
You're welcome. I love that. I love that action sales. I mean, we are walking billboards for our product. So we have to be out there setting the example for others. Okay, we're going to turn it over to Sandy. She's got some really big promotions to share with us.
Well, hello, everybody. I already talked about my 2 sales coordinator promotions that at the last one, I guess, and I'd almost forgotten I had done that. But in addition to that, Nicole Lucky, who just became a sales coordinator, also accomplished this 3 in 30 days. And this is something that we started, way back and has kind of been forgotten about. But Nicole did not let me forget about it. I love it. She said, hey, I accomplished this. And I'm so grateful that she really was paying attention to and spoke up for herself about it. Because I have her 3 in 30 pin right here that I am going to send to her. And she's going to wear it at conference proudly. And Nicole, why don't you share how you managed to get those 3 folks to join you in this business in 30 days?
Sure. Thanks, Sandy. Yeah, I was so excited because it was like, oh my gosh, I've heard other people accomplishing 3 in 30, and it seemed like a big task. And then when I realized that was going to happen for me, oh, cool. Yeah. So 2 of the 3 were existing customers, like you've heard so many people share tonight. These were customers that were both taking the fruits and vegetables, and they've been doing that for a couple years now, and just encouraged them. I've been encouraging them along the way to add, one added the Vineyard to her existing regimen, and then the other one added Vineyard and Omega. And so in just do that, I shared with them the opportunity, like I do with everybody, about joining our mission and saving some money on their own product purchases. And so that made sense to the 2 of them. And then the third person that got started in August is my gal Anna, a good friend of mine, Anna Flory, that achieved her fast track to HLP in August. And she's just wrapping up the putting the bow on her fast track to VF, I'm so excited to say. So she was my third person, and it just all happened to fall within a 30-day time period. So super excited to have all 3 of them, and especially Anna helping, as a new team member, spreading and helping us share this mission of health and hope for people.
And next month, you'll be sharing her wins with her Fast Track to VF, which is very exciting. So
yes, and she wasn't able to join us tonight, but hopefully she can join us for next month's call.
Right. Awesome. Back to you, Jessica.
Yay, thank you, and congratulations, Nicole. That's awesome and very encouraging to the rest of us. And we are going to finish up with Sir Red has a new person she'd like to introduce us to.
Hey everybody, Melanie was on the call. She had a class tonight. I was going to introduce her. She had to go. So she just had to just now pop off, but I will be introducing her. She's working on her fast track to the HLP. So I'm excited to have her as part of the group.
Awesome. Well, we will definitely recognize her next month, and I think you have some others too. So hopefully we can catch them in November. All right, Paula, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Awesome. What a great call, you guys. All the wonderful celebrations. And I just have to say, I think Sharon mentioned this early on, but mindset has made the difference in achieving this goal of the 5-1 for everyone. And so because of that, I did a little bit of research about mindset and just wanted to share a couple of things about that with you guys. I saw on Jill Herman's Shifting Quickly Facebook page that success is 90% mindset and 10% skill set. I think that's so true. If you listen to the people who shared tonight, you know, Beth talked about just a mind shift change in her focus and how she was going to do follow-up differently. And Anne, I'm going to do this, like no matter what. I mean, all of those that shared, it was all about what was in their mind. And so I read some portions of the book called Mindset, The New Psychology of Success by Carol Dweck. Maybe you guys have heard of that book, but she talked about the growth mindset as opposed to the fixed mindset and how it has made all the difference in the world to have that growth mindset. Change and development are happening all the time. People place an emphasis on learning from mistakes and failures instead of placing permanent labels on themselves. She mentioned a story about Michael Jordan, famous basketball player, and I don't know if you knew this, but in high school, he was placed on the junior varsity team. Like, I cannot believe that. And if he would have had a fixed mindset, he would have labeled himself, I'm not a good player. Or why should I put in extra practice if this is where I'm going to end up? I'm just not good enough. I'm not cut out for this. But he didn't, obviously, and we know what hung in the balance of him making that decision, right? He's one of the best basketball players of all time. So he had that strong growth mindset that says nothing is fixed. Anything can be changed and developed by valuing personal and professional development, pushing away your fears, your feelings of inadequacy, and just embracing that possibility thinking that we are capable of so much more. So congratulations to those of you who achieved 5-1. You've been an inspiration to me. I want to be like you this month. So how can you embrace a growth mindset? That's the challenge that I'll leave with you guys tonight. I'm going to turn it over to Nancy now, who wants to talk with us just real briefly about the code breakers.
Yes, I do. And Paula, that was a perfect lead in for what I'm going to share, because those of you who do have a growth mindset will not want to miss next week's call. I know many of us have had trainings in the past about the 4 primary personality types, and that each one needs a different approach in presenting our product or our business for them to really pay attention and feel like this is something that they can accomplish. And yet after all of those trainings, it's never really been brought to closure on how we can quickly identify which personality type we're actually talking to. And the reality is, if there are 4 primary types and each of us is one of those, 75% of the time, if we're not aware of who we are talking to, we're going to say the wrong words. So next week, you are going to learn how to quickly and easily identify your prospect's personality type, what values are important to them, and what you need to focus on when you're sharing our product or our business. For example, I'm just going to quickly go through the 4. Most people are either primarily knowledge-driven or blueprint-driven, nurturing, or action people. Now, for a knowledge person, they want to know about our science. And so if you can quickly identify the knowledge people that you're talking to, you'll know I need to focus first and foremost on the science behind Juice Plus. Blueprint people want to know that we have a tried and proven system that is in place that they can quickly access. The nurturing people are going to want to know about our company culture. And of course, the action people are wanting to know about how much money can I have and how much fun am I going to have making it. So this, I'm going to immediately following this call, I'm going to post a link to the Codebreaker website, Facebook page, excuse me, the Facebook page that we can all be familiar with and all be members of and get these trainings on an ongoing process. But you can also access the cards then, and in about a minute to a minute and a half, when you share these cards with a prospect and ask them to put them in order, you're going to know right away if green is on top and yellow's next. You're going to know I want to focus on the community and the science behind Juice Plus. You will be given the magic words. I mean, I'm really excited. Now, here's the key. When I came into the office today, my husband said to me, well, you give good information to those 37 people on the call tonight, because let's all be honest. We know that there are about 37 to 40 of us who will not miss this call and who are on this call every week. What I want to see is for each of us to get another one or two on our call next week. And let's have 80 to 120 people on this call, because you need to hear the information. I need to hear the information, but so do our team members. And that's when magic will happen, when we're all becoming network marketing professionals and working from a growth mindset. So hope to see you all next week. Hope to see the numbers blown out of the water. And each of you bring another one or two onto this call next week, and magic will happen. So that's all I have to say. Thanks, everybody. Beautiful job for everybody. Congratulations.
Well, thank you, everybody. Congratulations to those who have developed 5 new customers and 1 new partner this month, and all the promotions. And we're expecting some 8,000 plus people in Austin next week. We'll see many of you there. And you guys have a super productive week. Good night, everybody. Thanks, Paula and Jessica. Well done. Well done. Thank you. Good night.
Good night.